Hi, this is Ingrid and welcome back. In this unit, we're going to cover what to look for in interviews. And here on this board, I've listed a couple of interview red flags, the different categories, and we'll go through them. So, I guess probably in the order of importance, in terms of seriousness, interview questions that are illegal. Now, these might vary from country to country, but typically employers cannot ask about your age, ethnicity, race, uh, information about your marital status, your number of children you have, how you, if you're in a relationship or not, if you want to have children, all those types of things. And again, it's going to vary according to the country that you're in. But all those illegal questions will sometimes get brought up, and there might be sneaky ways to do it. For example, instead of asking you directly, what year were you born, what's your birthday, you might be asked, what year did you graduate? So again, red flags. If a company is asking you illegal questions, that is something to shut down. Don't answer it. You don't have to answer it. You can walk out. Next, there's unethical and inappropriate questions. For example, this might be questions about whether you're in a relationship, your gender identity. Somebody might be angling to have an inappropriate relationship with you. So again, this will vary according to the country that you're in, but as one of the resources for this unit, I have a list of topics that are considered unethical or inappropriate. What do we have next? Well, some of the next issues: put downs, lack of job details, vague answers, inattention, lack of respect. Those can be general demeanor items that come up in terms of how the interviewer is, or panel of interviewers is treating you. So pay attention to them. You don't necessarily have to respond, call them out, but be aware, and at the end of the interview, use the rating sheet to keep track of them. Vague answers and lack of job details. That might not seem important, but it can be an indicator of systemic management issues. In other words, the company has not really thought about what they need in this role. You may be thrust in a situation that's no-win. Nobody's really given it consideration. What's needed, what resources do you need, what tools and supplies, how is it going to function within that business unit? If a company cannot spell that out and give you clear standards, processes, job task details, then that's a huge red flag that points to a larger issue than you as a job candidate. So, inattention, and that can be distractedness, lack of eye contact, lack of taking you seriously as an employee, as a candidate. Again, treat that as a red flag. After all, the hiring process should be the best day. The company should be, rolling out the red carpet. And if they're not paying attention to you, treating you with seriousness, treating your resume with seriousness, that is a sign to walk away. What else do we have? Well, blame. Now that's a topic that might be a little on the subtle side. When you raise questions about the person in the role previous to you and the team, pay attention to the answers. Do the answers indicate that they're blaming or scapegoating the person in that role? Similarly, if the responses to questioning what the team come across as derogatory, that is a very bad sign. Now, what can happen in interviews where you have a group of people, the hiring manager and the team, or the hiring manager, the team, and HR? Watch the dynamics. Does the hiring manager treat the team with respect? And similarly, do they look awkward around him, or are they comfortable with him or her? Now, similarly, requests for free services. If you're applying for a job that might be new or undefined and they don't really know what they need, sometimes companies hire prematurely. In other words, instead of doing the homework and finding out what is that role will be required, they might be expecting the incumbent, the candidate, to tell them everything. So if you get requests to do anything free for them, or you get the kind of question like, what do you recommend that we use as far as the typical tools? If the company can't tell you what they want and what they're going with, treat that as a red flag. After all, unless you're paid as a management consultant or you've got a managerial role where you're going to get paid to start that business unit or operation or function from the start, walk away. Because again, if they haven't done their homework, if the hiring manager has not figured that out, treat that as a big red flag. So what do we have left? Interview consultation. Again, if you're being asked to do something for free, whether it's, work for a day, call some